Assalamualaikum and hi. We are from Group 4 and we are going to present our second assignment, which is Hierarchy of Hazard Control.
First table is elimination table. The hazard is the cooks getting cut from sharpening their knives. The way to control the hazard is the owner eliminate the knife sharpener by set a new policy where the knife sharpening are handled by a third party company. Eliminating the knife sharpener makes the cooks free from cutting their knives while cooking. This is the elimination table. To eliminate the hazard, the worker needs to smoke the beehive to remove the bees. Eliminating the beehive, the worker is now free from getting stung by the bees. This is a substitution table. The hazard is dust waste. The dust waste is substituted to liquid waste by adding solvent. In relation to dust waste can cause respiratory system. So liquid waste is better than dust waste.
My name is Abdul Hadi bin Azhar. Next table is for substitution. The process involves workers climbing a tree, so the hazard is the ladder itself. By doing so, the efficiency and ease of working should be increased. The next table is engineering controls for in-control process. The process involves transferring of volatile liquids. The volatile liquids is the hazard itself. A special technique is required to transfer the volatile liquids, such as pumping instead of pouring it. By using the pumping technique, it reduces the rates of spreading of the volatile liquids into the environment. The next table is engineering controls for enclosure. The process involves the machines are inspected, repaired and maintained. The hazards that involved during the process is the energy for the supply of the power for the machine. So before that, we need to shut down the power source and lock the door and take out before the process is done. The purpose of this special technique control is to ensure that the entry is restricted tightly so that no one can enter the place.
The hazard involved is chemical substances. The control feature that we can use is glove box. Glove box is a large box with 1 or 2 ports where workers put their glove lengthy arm into the vacuum surrounding so they can work with the hazardous substance. The hazardous substance will not contact with the outer surrounding. Engineering control ventilation. The hazard involved is toxic and smelly gas. So the control feature is exhaust fan. Exhaust fan work by flowing out toxic and smelly gas, especially in small localized area, to allow fresh air to enter from the outside. This can ensure people inside the area can get fresh air and the temperature will be maintained at room temperature. Next, administrative controls, work practice. The hazard involved is vehicles. So the control that we can prevent the hazard is safety cone. Safety cone will prevent the shearing plant workers in any accident during his work, since the workplace is very near to the main road. Safety cone work as a warning sign for the driver to be more careful.
For training or supervision under administrative control, we can take welding work as an example. The hazard, for example, is the spark produced during the welding. It can be controlled by providing the scheduled training for the workers, as the training can polish the skill of the workers and thus reduce the risk of getting injured. For good housekeeping under administrative control, we can take wet or slippery floor as its hazard. It can be controlled by mopping the wet floor. To prevent the workers from slipping and any injuries, the small spillage can be cleaned immediately, while the large spillage must be reported to the supervisor in charge. Then for emergency preparedness, we can take fire as the example of hazards. We can install the correct fire extinguisher at every workplace of the workers and prepare an assembly point area for administrative control. With the readily available fire extinguisher, the fire occurring can be extinguished by proper operation during emergency, and besides the assembly point area prepared, can let the workers instantly know where to assemble when emergency occurs.
For administrative control, personal hygiene practice, the hazard involved is microorganism and chemical substance. The special technical features of the control is provide wash facilities and launder uniform clothing by the end of the work shift. The main function of the control is the workers are allowed to wash before work break so that their body have low chance to be contaminated by chemical substance and microorganism. And then the workers will wash their uniform clothes so that they can remove the chemical substance and microorganism. For PPE respirators, the hazard involved is dust and toxic gas. The special technical feature of the control is to wear safety mask. The main function of safety mask is to prevent dust and toxic gas from entering respiratory system and causing the chronic disease.
As for the protective clothing, one of the hazards is caused by toxic or corrosive chemicals. Usually, disposable or reusable soot for vapor and liquid is used to control this hazard. Glove is other example of PPE. Glove can protect us from hazards such as infectious agent, chemicals, heat, and other. Gloves are best selected by referring to glove specification in laboratory. Let's move on to the next PPE, which is face shield. Face shield are intended to protect the entire face from impact hazard. When worn alone, face shield do not protect the employee from impact hazard. Hence, use it with goggles or safety spectacles.
Next is PPE eye protection. Safety glasses come with stronger frame and are often heat resistant. It protects eye from any hazard by reducing direct exposure of the eye from the hazard such as chemical, acid and also flying objects. PPE hearing protection. Hearing protection such as ear muff and earplug protect by sealing ear canal from hazard, which is loud noise. It reduces the noise energy from damaging the ear. The last one is PPE footwear. Safety shoes protect from physical hazards such as sharp material and falling objects. It comes with standard protective reinforcement and material. By wearing safety shoes, it will prevent from crushing injury to the feet.